Hey, how's it going? I'm AF Branco, and this is Cartoons etc. Now, I'm going to play a song that we did a couple of weeks ago. And while I'm playing that song, get your comments ready. It looks like we've already got a comment or two. And enjoy it because it's backed by popular demand.
If you would have told me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that I would be in the middle of a political movement, I would have said, put down Hunter's crack pipe. Right now. Right now.
I can't afford the groceries. I can't afford your gas. It's Biden inflation across the nation. 81 million votes my ass. Hey, 81 million votes my ass. You failed to build back better. You middle fingered the middle class.
They've pissed off an already pissed off woman.
81 million votes my ass.
The crime was committed in broad daylight.
121st day of publicly transitioning.
I love it.
We're living on planet crazy.
Got a laptop full of China, hookers and blows and crack, and the diary's got Creepy Joe in the shower. 81 million votes my ass. Hey, 81 million votes my ass. While Kamala tosses word salads that even cringe the Democrats. Waiting in the wings is a thing called Hillary. 81 million votes my ass. Hey, 81 million votes my ass.
And at first I chuckled. I said, oh my gosh, Hillary Clinton is actually talking about me? That's funny. And then I got to thinking, maybe that's not funny. Oh my gosh, help, help.
Hey!
And I just want you all to know, I'm in perfect health. We've recently had our automobile serviced and the tires are good and the brakes are in good order and I am not suicidal.
My red and white and blue is broken. 81 million votes my ass. 81 Joe, don't make me laugh. 2 Mountain Mules got busy stuffing 45's ballots in the trash.
It is despicable what they did, and I will not let these bastards get away with it.
81 million votes my ass.
Our economy is strong as hell.
He had the swamp going after him, and he was still getting stuff done. And now we have stumbling, bumbling Joe.
Hey!
I miss the bull in the china shop. I miss the mean tweets. I miss Donald Trump. 81 million votes. My ass.
That's awesome. You know, I retired from playing music about 8 years ago, but if I was still playing today in the clubs, I would be playing that song 2 or 3 times a night. I swear. I'm going to bring in my friend Joe Dan Gorman. He helps me out. We're going to go over some cartoons, play a few videos, read your comments because you guys are a part of this program and by on purpose, actually. So here we go with Joe Dan. Hey, Joe Dan, how's it going, buddy?
Greetings, guys. Greetings. Welcome to Middle Tennessee, where we have multiple forecasts each day.
I heard about that. Actually, the weather's really good in Washington, too. So,
I didn't say it was good. I said we had a lot of forecasts.
oh, you have a lot of forecasts up and down.
Now,
Huh?
actually, it's been pretty nice.
Has it?
And yeah, one of the funny things is everybody's talking about this heat wave, the heat wave. 1981, June of 1981 was actually 2 degrees hotter than June of 2023.
Oh, yeah, but they're not going back that far.
No, well, most of the people in the media aren't that old.
No.
You know, and the history did not begin until they were born or until they got an iPhone or something.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it funny that during the winter you never hear from these people? You get record cold. I think it was record cold in Los Angeles and different parts of the country, but they never. When you bring up about global warming. You say, well, this is weather. This is just the weather. But when it gets when the record heat comes, it's all about global warming. Isn't that odd?
They are so insincere about everything.
Yeah.
They don't care about race. They don't care about kids. They don't care. Everything they claim, they don't give a crap about gays.
No.
They don't care about trannies. None of that stuff.
They're using the so-called disenfranchised to gain more power and money.
Yeah, it's like we've said before. It's all about that the divide and conquer. I mean, it's age old in the Bible, divide and conquer.
Yep.
And when you keep separating people, okay, you trannies over here, you blacks over here, that's what they do.
Everybody should read Rules for Radicals. That's Hillary's Bible. And a lot of the liberals in D.C. If you read Rules for Radicals, it'll explain exactly what they're doing and how they're doing it. Also, the Communist Manifesto is really good insight to what they're doing.
But you're talking about not the manifesto, but the naked communist.
Mm-hmm.
That's one that contains you're talking about the one that has the 45 goals?
Yep.
That's the one. The naked.
And when was that written? When was that written?
1958.
1958.
And it talks about how they're going to take over our churches, our media. They're going to discredit our founding fathers,
Our schools.
everything.
And
And look,
destroy the family.
it's like a completed grocery list. But they told us. In fact, it was written in 58, but it was actually entered into the congressional record in 1963.
Yep.
I mean, so it's not like we didn't know what they were doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we got a few comments already. They started pouring in as soon as I played the music. We had a guy commenting on one of the cartoons I did, Donkey Ponks, a LinkedIn user, doesn't have a name.
Maybe his first name, that's a Link. We'll call him a Link.
We'll just call him Link.
He's one of the mod squad.
And if there's a female from LinkedIn user, we'll call her Mrs. Link.
Oh, that'd be Julie. And then another one, Mike, will be the mod squad.
Yeah.
You remember them? Oh, you
Good
didn't
evening, William. Oh, yeah, I do. I remember those guys. Yeah. Good evening, Frank. Why is the lamestream media not talking about cocaine in the White House? Well, yeah, I wonder why.
They can't figure out where it came from.
Oh, my goodness. Hunter was there, but
like,
he doesn't have anything to do with
Okay,
it.
we found 2 hookers doing crack in the Lincoln bedroom. Anybody got a clue to where the...
Hey,
Trump.
Fancy, powerful video. Love it. Yeah, I do too. We've had a lot of requests for it, so I had to play it again. We didn't play it last week, but
Link says, Mr. Ron White's twin brother. Yeah, but I'm the handsome one.
Mr. Ron writes, yeah, let's do a few of the cartoon. Get the current cartoons out of the way, and
we see South Carolina girl over here in the Rumble room too.
oh, that's right. I got to pull up the Rumble room.
And Condor, KW Condor.
Yeah,
Yes. Welcome,
Rumble.
guys.
I got to get the Rumble in there.
Yeah. Are you ready to rumble?
Yep, I'm ready to rumble.
I'm not.
As soon as I get it up. After
we have our group nap.
Yeah, the group nap.
Yeah.
Okay, where's my content? Okay, there's my content. I'm gonna look at this. Okay, I see him. KW Condor. Okay, we got in South Carolina in the 90s. We had an entire week of over 100-degree weather. Saul Alinsky taught the current communists. So we got some comments over there. Let's get on to the current cartoons. We got a whole lot of stuff to do today. So
We're gonna do yours or mine?
your cartoons. How many cartoons you got?
Well, I don't have any yet, so let's do yours.
Oh, we can't wait around for you to draw any.
Only thing I can draw is flies.
I draw those too while I'm drawing.
Uh,
Here we go. Window. Let's see. Where are we at? Okay. This is one that we did last week. I showed a sneak. Did I show a sneak preview of this?
It don't matter. It's good enough. Show again.
Yeah.
Everything's in China.
Yeah. Everything's made in China.
Even probably that robot that looks like Joe Biden.
Yeah. The puppet. The puppet's made in China. The flag, everything. Even the sippy cup. It was too small a writing to write on the fly. I don't know if the fly was made in China, but.
Oh, it was. It's like those. Did you see those? Bill Gates released those mosquitoes, those genetically modified mosquitoes into what was it, Florida and Texas?
No, I didn't hear about that.
There was actual cases of malaria. Yeah, I'll guarantee you somebody in the rooms, one of these commenters can back me up. It was like last week. It's like, yeah, but that was Greg Abbott in Texas and Ron DeSantis in Florida allowed it. What could go wrong?
Yeah, they start playing with Mother Nature. It's like Biden talking about shielding the sun to stop global warming. Yeah, I'm sure the Earth's going to like that.
These are just so many great liberal ideas. Well, they're not liberal anymore; they're communist ideas.
Oh, they're just idiots who have a lot of money, think they know what's best, and they end up screwing things up. Well, that's how COVID happened.
Well, I don't think they know what's best. They just do what they want to do, and it's screw everybody.
But look how COVID started.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a weaponized virus.
Yeah, we wasn't bat soup.
Yeah.
No, Robin.
And it got out of the lab. I wonder what other little goodies they've got in those
Well,
labs.
I'm sure that's never happened before. Oh, could you lease me this halfway? Destroy America. Deal. That's the establishment.
Yeah.
It's just so disgusting seeing it every day. And Laura Loomer, I'm telling you, a lot of people are like, she's crazy. She's crazy. And you know what? She is kind of crazy. But this chick, she's like a less subtle James O'Keefe.
Yeah.
She had just busted the California GOP wide open. And then it turns out she's got Texas coming tomorrow and another state, Florida, where they're trying to, the establishment's trying to screw Trump out of delegates and stuff. I mean, these are nasty people. I wish they could get this creative trying to help.
Given the state of the world and the country, we need a little crazy. We need somebody that isn't afraid to stand up and make things happen.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Is that Jill? Hello, Dr. Jill.
But the other day they were talking about they were talking about the economy, and Biden was going out having his minions go out and brag about how great the economy is with the 8% inflation, $5 gas. How do you do that? How do it's like you're trying to throw propaganda. You tell somebody's drowning, and you say, and you get a bullhorn and holler at them, say, "You're not drowning. You're just swimming. You're fine."
You remember everybody. Most everybody I'd say remembers Baghdad Bob.
Oh yeah.
And then even the liberals made fun of him because he would be standing there. All their buildings are on fire. We're in total control. We have the Americans on the run.
And mostly peaceful.
But that's our media now.
Oh yeah.
A whole bunch of Baghdad Bobs.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going down. This is probably the last one. This was yesterday's or today's actually. They were free. They were free to investigate the Bidens.
Oh yeah, more Baghdad Bob.
Yeah, more Baghdad.
They were totally free. They had
Yeah, that's why they got fired. That's why they got put off the thing. And all the whistleblowers that are coming forward now and talking about how they were stopped from investigating Hunter and Joe Biden.
You got whistleblowers falling through the ceiling tiles. There's so many of them, right?
Yep.
Well, there's one FBI, IRS. It's stunning. You got so many. Now, you remember when theirs came out, they had one.
Mm-hmm.
We can't tell you who it is. But we're going to impeach a president.
Oh wow, yeah,
Everybody sees this.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
stupid people know something's wrong.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and if you look close enough on the faces of these media people, these left-wing mediaites, you can say that they really don't. I don't think they really believe what they're saying. They're just taking marching orders.
no, some of them, no. I got to take issue. Some of them are actually that stupid.
Well, that's
Like
true.
Mika in the morning, she is just, shoo. But the other one is over on CNN. You know how they literally think Zelensky is like some god.
Well, yeah, but they've convinced themselves into it. Yeah, Mika's definitely one who I just don't think she totally believes it. She just wants to believe it. I think she knows that a lot of this isn't true. So anyway, we got some more comments here. Let's go through. Boy, we got a heck of a lot of comments. Fancy, Bill Gates also wants to block the sun. Yeah, I mentioned that. You're right, Fancy. Biden's were made in China. Yeah, commenting on that previous cartoon.
Made.
And made in China. Fancy, right? Antonio, evil psychopaths who want to destroy our Western way of life and freedom, for sure.
And it's all. Are you seeing what over in France?
Oh,
This is
man.
the fact that it's not even in our news tells you everything you need to know.
Brings back too many memories of what happened here in the 20s.
But they
2020.
got George Floyd going on over there all again. You know, some little Muslim dude, and yeah, they got.
But
Muslim
doesn't that
rights.
tell you that this is at the root of this is Soros-like minded type of people who are waiting for an opportunity to jump on it. They're waiting. They've got everything set for that one opportunity where they can just pour people into the streets and riot.
Yeah, and then and look what they're doing down there on our border is a disgrace. Ben Bergquam with Real America's Voice is doing great work.
Yeah.
He's actually down there today. He was going through the line interviewing all these people, and they're all coming for jobs. Like all these people from Haiti, there was people from Russia. I mean, El Salvador, all these countries, and he's going through what's your name? Where you from? What's your name? Where you from? He went down a line of them, but no other media is covering it.
No.
No other media is covering it because they're just an appendage of the government.
You're just waiting for the people to realize, and the only way they're going to do that is like Jordan Peterson said. They asked him, well, how can you combat? Because the Marxists have over time infiltrated all of our institutions. How do you combat that? He says, infiltrate the individual one person at a time. That's the only way you can combat that. I thought it made sense at the time, but
well, I tell you what, there's a lot of stuff going on. And that's the crazy thing. This is a psychological war we're in.
Mm-hmm.
They're pounding us from the left, and we see. I mean, they're just so obvious, but our side's doing the same thing. And so there's a lot of things going on we can't know about because Trump can't come out and wink to us.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Don't let them know your plans. It's.
In fact, I was involved in my first psychological operation when I was in first grade. Yeah, things were going terribly bad, and I had to change. I was in deep trouble. I had to change the subject. So check it out. I'm in first grade, and we had homework. It was something stupid. In first grade, it's like bring an apple or a ball of cotton or something. Whatever it was, I'd forgotten it. And so I'm sitting there, and I see the teacher's going around getting everybody's homework, and she's getting closer to me. It's Miss Willoughby. Miss Willoughby. She was awesome. I knew I started crying because I didn't have my homework. And as she got closer, I was crying a little harder. And then when she got to me, Joanne, do you have your homework, honey? I just started bawling. I knew I was in trouble, and I don't know where it came from. I said, my dog died. I swear to God. Oh, my dog died. And then as soon as I said it, I knew I was in even worse trouble. So I started crying harder. Oh, no, Lord. And
How did you not become a politician?
I don't know. But the funny thing is, suddenly everybody was so nice to me. They started giving me their popsicles and candy. I'm like, oh, okay, I've learned a new trick here. This wine business. And everything was going so well. Even the teacher started crying. The whole class started crying. I had everybody crying. And then anyway, I got home that afternoon and I was just howling the hog. Dun, 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 dun. I was cool. Then the phone rang, and it was,
I was waiting for that.
well, Miss Willoughby, I was so concerned about how distraught I was. She called to express her condolences to my mom. So, I'm sorry about your dog. What's wrong with our dog? And then you can just imagine my party ended abruptly.
Yeah. I was just going to say, now, if I'd have done that, I would have got caught, but it looks like you did.
I got buzzed. That was terrible. That's why I'm not a politician. I always got caught. Got caught.
You learned your lesson early.
I learned it early.
Yeah.
It took a lot of lessons, though. I wasn't very smart. Anyway.
But anyway, let's. You got a video you want to play?
You know what we saw the other day? I'm not I don't watch Newsmax. Mm-hmm. I don't watch any of the corporate things, but there's some guys over at Newsmax that are pretty cool. Chris Salcedo and those. This one guy I didn't know much about, Rob Schmidt, something like that.
He's great.
He gave one of the best little segments on Hunter Biden. And anyway, I think you got that in the chamber.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it right now.
How it got there, or whose it is, but it appears that cocaine has been found at the White House. And it wouldn't be a thumping July 4th weekend without Hunter Biden ripping lines off of a bust of Teddy Roosevelt. A mysterious white powder was discovered in the West Wing on Sunday, prompting a hazardous materials call to the fire department. I wish I was making this up, but it's true. Newsmax can confirm the powder is presumed by the fire department to be cocaine. It was sent to a lab for further analysis. Hunter, I can tell you, was at the White House on Friday, leaving with his father for Camp David. Sadly, he may have forgotten his party favors, which is unfortunate. Imagine having to hang out with Joe Biden for 4 days sober. Now, that's a long weekend.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good, man. I thought that was pretty good.
I thought that was pretty good. Pretty good. Well, I'm going to pull up some more cartoons here if you guys don't mind.
Cartoons, yeah.
We cartoons, etc.
Yeah.
I got some older cartoons. We just got past 4th of July, and we were last Thursday, so that was way before 4th of July. So I thought we'd do a little bit of a 4th of July special. I thought you had something to do with Independence Day, a video or something. We don't have to do it, but.
Oh, we got the Brazilian guy singing the Star Spangled Banner. Is that what we're talking about?
No, you have Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, and Adams in a room.
Yeah, I got that. I got that. That is what we're talking about is, people look around, we see all this opposition, and it's like, why don't everybody see what we see?
Yeah.
And but then you look back. Our founding fathers had the same jerks they had to deal with, and just as many. And there's a clip from this John Adams movie from HBO that it was on a few years back. John Adams is sitting in there in this hearing, and anyway, he's from Massachusetts. The other guys, I think, was from South Carolina, and South Carolina said, We're not going to let you guys drag us into a war. It sounds so much like Trump against the establishment. But I'll find that video. Let's keep
A lot of
going.
similarities. I was going to go through some of these old 4th of July cartoons. This was right around the time Obamacare was. This is 2013. Obamacare. Celebrate Obamacare with me on the 4th. Declaration of Dependence. And that was the start of it, because once government has control of your health care, they just about can just move into everything in your life. So that was that one. Isn't she lovely? This one here, this is, hey, Grandpa, what are we celebrating? This is the next generation here. And Grandpa says that we were once a free country. Obamacare ruling. Yeah.
That's so sad.
It is sad, because it's more and more moving in that direction, unless we can do something to kind of intercede with what the left and the woke and the Democrats are doing right now. And we got, this is Solar Q. It's a solar barbecuing thing, but unfortunately the rain moved in. They're not allowed to do fireworks anymore. This is typical liberal land, liberal city, I think. Happy carbon free 4th of July. Even the dog's mad at him.
You know, and that carbon stuff, so, because we're actually made of carbon. You know, but I've seen those memes. We are the carbon they want to get rid of.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
You know, it only makes up 0.04% of the atmosphere, CO2. And most of that is the Earth produces it on its own. I think man does a small percentage of the 0.04%. And they're going to uproot and change our entire lives over 0.04% or
They're
less.
not. They don't care about carbon anymore.
No.
That other stuff. It's all about the control. I mean, because we were talking about, we get 3 forecasts in one day, but they're going to tell us what the weather's going to be in 100 years.
Yeah, it's all about making money, because when they go for this new Green Deal, what does that do? It pours millions of dollars into Democrat coffers, because they get kickbacks from these companies that produce or facilitate, like solar panels and windmills and all that.
I got these videos. Okay, the second one over in the chamber is the one of John Adams, and yeah, you can see the similarities from today to our founding fathers. Yeah. Whenever you want to do it, but it's
okay. Well, I can stop this, but I can go back to it. So I'll remove that.
Well, we'd start talking, so I just thought I'd.
Okay, which video?
The second one.
Okay, second one. Okay, yeah, that's good.
Our fleet shall speak.
Got this. I'll grab this from the war room.
England, France, and Spain. Nations o'er the ocean spread shall.
That's my favorite song, by the way.
The prince who rules by freedom's laws in North America.
Here we go.
I remind Mr. Rutledge and Mr. Duane that blood has been shed. Massachusetts blood. While we debate, our militia is left without munitions, without arms, without even the slightest encouragement.
Dickinson of Pennsylvania.
One colony cannot be allowed to take its sister colonies headlong into the maelstrom of war. Parliament will be eager to call a halt to hostilities, as are we. They will seek conciliation. We must offer them an olive branch. I move this assembly consider a humble and dutiful petition be dispatched to His Majesty, one that includes a plain statement that the colony desires immediate negotiation and accommodation of these unhappy disputes, and that we are willing to enter into measures to achieve that reconciliation. Second.
Mr. Dickinson.
The time for negotiation is past. The actions of the British Army at Lexington and Concord speak plainly enough. If we wish to regain our natural-born rights as Englishmen, then we must fight for them.
I have looked for our rights in the laws of nature and can find them only in the laws of political society. I have looked for our rights in the Constitution of the English government and found them there. Our rights have been violated, Mr. Adams. That is beyond dispute. We must provide a plan to convince Parliament to restore those rights. Do we wish to become aliens to the mother country? No! No, gentlemen. We must come to terms with the mother country. No doubt the same ship which carries forth our list of grievances will bring back their redress.
Mr. Dickinson.
My wife and young children live on the main road to Boston, fewer than 5 miles from the full might of the British Empire.
Should they sit and wait for Gage and his savages to rob them of their home, their possessions, their very lives? No, sir. Powder and artillery are the surest and most infallible conciliatory measures we can adopt.
If you exclude the possibility of peace, Mr. Adams, then I tell you no. You have blood on your hands.
And I tell you, Mr. Dickinson, that to hold out an olive branch to Britain is a measure of gross imbecility.
If you New England men continue to oppose our measures of reconciliation, you will leave us no choice but to break off from you entirely and carry on the opposition in our own way.
Here. I sit in judgment on no man's religion, Mr. Dickinson. But your Quaker sensibilities do us a gross disservice, sir. It is one thing to turn the other cheek, but to lie down on the ground like a snake and crawl toward the seat of power in abject surrender. Well, that is quite another thing, sir. And I have no stomach for, sir. No stomach at all.
We will exhaust all peaceful approaches, Mr. Adams. And we will do it with or without the approbation of you and your Boston insurrectionists.
Hear, hear.
Insurrectionists.
Yeah.
Mr. Dickinson's motion to send an olive branch petition to His Majesty has been made and seconded. We shall proceed to a vote.
New Hampshire.
It's Tuesday, 4 July, in the year of our Lord 2023. Happy 4th of July. The nation's birthday is today. As we said on yesterday's show, another one of our continuing specials about...
Yeah, that's why the War Room's so good, man.
Yeah.
You know, people watching you can't really get it. They do such deep dives on so many different topics. It's kind of tough. So you pick your topic and stick with it. That's why he's like a general.
Yeah.
Issuing order, okay. Because I've never seen somebody who can stay right on top of everything like that, like Bannon does.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Fancy. Solar barbecue. Antonio's memes aren't only spot on, but also prolific. Thank you, Fancy. Appreciate it. Prolific cartoon. Double. What else we got here? Oh, we got Jack. Jack's is back.
Yes.
Liberalism is practically a mental disease. It isn't. Thanks, Jack.
It's like a brain rot.
Yeah.
Or first it's a soul rot and a brain rot.
Yeah. Offend a liberal. Celebrate the Independence Day or 4th of July. Yeah, I agree.
That's just one of 1,000 things that offend a liberal. Our breathing offends a liberal.
Check this one out, folks. I did this back in 2019.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you say, USA, quit being political.
Yeah. Yeah. Being proud of your own country is now political, right wing, white wing supremacists.
And this is right in line with how they're attacking the Moms for Liberty. Mm-hmm. Look at those Nazi women. Yeah. But how can you get mad at Make America Great Again? Make America Great Again.
Yep.
It's Nazi.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what
Yeah,
they do. America was never great. It's got America is racist with the old flag on it. Can't you set aside politics for one day? Yeah, right.
And you remember when they started all this? You know, it was not 24/7 politics until about 2004. That shortly after the Al Gore and Bush thing, it was I think it was the John Kerry, and it was Howard Dean. You remember Howard Dean?
Oh yeah.
He's the one who introduced the what do they call it, perpetual campaign cycle, where as soon as one's over, you start the next one, and then that's when the media got involved and made everybody pick sides. You know, it wasn't really that bad before. I mean, I had Democrat friends, and we didn't even think that much about it. But that's what happened. They made us pick sides.
They at least pretended. They at least back then pretended to be unbiased. You know, you could still tell they leaned to the left a little bit, but they tried to. They had character. I wouldn't use the word character, but they wanted to at least give the idea that they were, professional journalists, and integrity is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's something they haven't had in a long time. But the media, I remember you're talking about how you can tell they had a left bias. The first presidential election I ever voted in was for Reagan. And I was 19 years old. I was dumb as hell.
Yeah.
If I wasn't stoned, I was drunk. and even I could see on the news, said, they don't seem to like him very well. And then I was listening, and Reagan says, peace through strength. Well, even my dumb ass can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And they hated it. And but that's, I mean, I was 19 and I could tell there was a bias, and I was dumb as hell. So it's much more obvious now, much more obvious.
Oh yeah, they're definitely just Democrats now. They're 100% unapologetic, and I think Trump, because they looked at Trump as somebody that they could pick on and say whatever they wanted to. And it's like gave them license to be complete asses.
Well, Trump came in and he was not supposed to win. We all know that. He was not supposed to win. They were even cheating. They weren't expecting Trump to get the turnout he got.
Yeah.
That's why they start upping their game in 2018 and 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you're right. Right after he won is when they took off. They took off they went crazy.
That's when Peter Strzok. They said, "Oh well, we have our insurance policy.
Mm-hmm. We're not going to let him."
And you remember Chuck Schumer, the
7 ways to Sunday.
Yeah, the intelligence community has six ways to Sunday.
Yeah,
to get you.
Yeah,
and I think he shortchanged him. I think it's more like 75 ways to Sunday.
Yeah, I was just thinking that
75 and counting. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, and then look what they did. This is going to be and we're going to win. We're going to win, but we're going to have to fight.
Oh yeah,
we have to fight, but we're going to win. So,
yeah, we got to roll up our sleeves and go for it.
But anyway, let's hold on a second. But I want to go back to that little clip we were watching with John Adams. It was a small percentage of people that fought. It wasn't like everybody all of a sudden everybody got on the team.
Yeah.
You always have people sitting there. Well, we're going to lose. There's no, we're not going to do any good. We suck, and you suck. You always have the doom and gloomers. Always have the so. But there's actually a lot more of us now. We got a lot of smart people. They don't have anybody smart. They got a lot of people that follow orders. They got a lot of people who have a lot of power at the moment.
And they're very cohesive. The Democrats are very cohesive. They can stick together.
Money, power, and stupidity. I mean, they don't have God. They don't have. They have no core.
Yeah.
They have no core, man.
Right.
They abandoned, like Jack says, the left abandoned civility. Mm-hmm. It happened with Trump. They said, what? Screw this guy. they announced they were going to impeach him 20 minutes after he took the oath of office. Well, they didn't. It was in the Washington Post. 20 minutes. I think it was 12:20 p.m. on January 20th. We need to impeach him.
Yep.
Yeah, his socks didn't match or whatever.
It's like Darren Signs. I hope I'm pronouncing that. Skeens. When are we going to learn that 2019 cartoon shows that they have been attacking us for so long? It's time to treat them the same. Take them all to court. We the people versus these criminals. Any lawyers want to do a class action against these people who want to destroy America? Let's do it. I'm in. That judge in Missouri who's put that injunction against Biden.
And that was our friends over at the Gateway Pundit who were instrumental in this. Mm-hmm. They were like the lead plaintiff. And what they did, this federal judge, Terry Doherty, issued a blistering 155-page preliminary injunction against the Biden regime. And it allegedly prohibits government agencies like the DHS, FBI, and DOJ from talking to big tech. And that includes Google and Twitter and Facebook and all of them. Yeah. Now, that's an incredible ruling. And kudos to our friends, the Gateway Pundit. Man, these guys, people talk junk because, they're not the best journalists, or it doesn't matter. They're bringing you news.
They're bringing you stuff that the mainstream media isn't showing you.
They are standing in that gap. And Jim and Joe Hoff, they're my friends. They actually to just show off how smart they are, they feature intellectual frog legs when we put them out.
We got some comments over on Rumble. Oz Fresher. I don't. These are handles, so they're not actually names. Have you seen Pence with the tape showing on his forehead getting roasted at a campaign event today? I didn't see that.
No, I'm sure what that is. I'd rather watch The Fly. But yeah, Oz made another point up there. Before Obamacare, what'd you have? Mitt Romney, Pierre Delecto care.
Yeah, Pierre Delecto care.
What about Mitt Romney, Pierre Delecto?
But
he was born in Michigan.
Yeah.
He was governor of Massachusetts, and now he's a senator out in Utah. They know what they call carpetbaggers or something like that.
Right. But it's basically the government with this free speech thing with Biden. Biden and the Democrats say, we weren't interfering with free speech. No, but when you go up to a social media platform and you say to them, nice social media platform you got there, it'd be a shame if something were to happen to it. I mean, basically is what they were doing. They were telling them they were alerting them to potential false news like Hunter Biden laptop and various things that were coming out and they just jumped on board. So I think they were willing participants in that.
You're Branco, your Facebook, I'm the FBI. Mr. Facebook, we don't know. There could be like news come out. We don't know, no idea. Something maybe about a laptop and might be claimed to be owned by Hunter Biden. And it's like, before it ever came in the news, I mean, you're right. I mean,
they had the laptop. They had the laptop when they were doing that. They knew it was on that laptop.
Well, I saw some documentation today where Facebook was trying to fight back. They were, and I didn't realize this, but there was some documentation where they were like, "Hey, you need to tell us what this misinformation stuff is."
Right.
I mean, they eventually acquiesce like a good lefty does.
Mm-hmm. I wish there was a way to post some of the comments from Rumble, but
yeah, well, That's all right. That's a tofu.
Here's one
burger.
for you, Dan. Here's one for you, Joe Dan. This is voice activated fireworks.
And that's just, it's so fun triggering the liberals, isn't it? And we got to quit calling them liberals. They're communists. Because I actually have friends that are kind of liberal, but there's no communism to them. No. But this is funny. America first.
Yeah. Well, they used to call those people who would kind of back up the communists. They used to call them useful idiots. At least that's what Karl Marx called them, or Stalin, or somebody.
Lenin referred to them as useful idiots.
Yeah.
Who didn't know what they were doing. They were just cheering for something.
It sounds good. Global warming, climate change. It sounds good. Hey, letting all these poor people come up to get a better life from multiple countries. It sounds great. We're compassionate. Those are the useful idiots.
Yeah. Diversity is our strength. How the hell? Diversity does not create any strength.
Yeah.
Competence creates strength. Yeah. And strength creates strength.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, the other little bit of hair, I'm trying to pull up because we were talking about free speech, and I thought I'd just bring up a few older cartoons because this has been going on a long time. It's been going back since what? Since Obama with this free speech. Remember, and I remember this fairly vividly, where Obama, before the end of his last term, went to Silicon Valley and had a high-tech, closed-door high-tech meeting with all of it, like Facebook, Twitter, had behind the doors, and they had a discussion, but they didn't come out and talk about what that discussion was. But I have an idea, because it wasn't very long after that you started seeing a lot of censorship on Facebook, especially towards the second Trump election. And I'm pretty sure that was definitely discussed, and I'm pretty sure Zuckerberg was putting out some stuff for that.
Well, the first time I was censored was 2009.
Really?
Yes, by YouTube. That's why I ended up leaving YouTube.
Yeah.
That's where I started. I had a video. We did a music video. It was about Muslims, and the title of it was "Live to Die." Live to die, and it's about the ones who commit suicide and kill people. And I need to see if I can find that.
Yeah, Michael Mayhew. Biden is officially renaming the White House the Woke Coke House, ice cream parlor.
Yeah. The Free Speech Cafe. No conservatives are allowed. Yeah. That's like Twitter over there with Elon now. It's like, we have free speech, and it's great if you're a friend of Elon or a Twitter celebrity.
Yeah.
And I never understood why there was always a small group of conservatives who never got banned, who never got penalized. And every time I turn around, I'm getting banned, and I didn't say anything worse than those people. And I've not been allowed to advertise on Twitter for 7 years. 7 years, and they've never told me why. And every one of my appeals are denied or just ignored. But yes,
I think a lot of us are still falling through the cracks over there, because I don't have near the following over there that I once had. They dropped about 20 or 30,000 of my followers there. And then now it's starting to slowly trickle back up. But I like you said, I think a lot of people are falling through the cracks.
I've been stuck under 15,000 followers for 4 years.
Yeah.
I was way up like 5 or 6 years ago, and then they took about 15,000 away from me. I'm like, what the heck, man? Oh, there you go. That's a perfect. I remember that cartoon.
Yeah, it did pretty well. It was one of the more viral ones.
See, the beautiful thing that could be added into that is an oxygen mask from Truth Social going right on his face, and him start getting
Absolutely.
his strength
Yeah.
back. Because Uncle Sam's getting stronger. They don't see it.
Yeah.
But you know,
That's a good point. Yeah.
With Rumble, and people are bitching about Truth Social. Well, they got all these bots. You know, they do. They come in and they're a pain in the ass. But you know what? They're under attack. Rumble and Truth Social are under attack every minute of every day. I was listening to an interview with Devin Nunes.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's amazing, but they can't get them. They can't get Rumble and Twitter have their own little universe. They can come in and pierce these edges. And
they didn't make the same mistake Parler made.
No, Parler's gone.
Yeah, they made a big mistake there. They were using Amazon servers, and then Amazon pulled the plug on them, and ever since then, it just kind of went downhill.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Truth Social, they've started these groups now. And I'm telling you, they can be such an asset. So if you guys over on LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook, you can stay there. That's fine. But come over to Truth Social, because what we need to do is we need to do those groups. We need to do local MAGA groups. Groups where you are within driving distance of patriots, where you can locally deal with the election issues. You can locally create a bigger voice when it comes to selecting your primary opponents.
Mm-hmm.
And people go, well, that stuff doesn't work. Bullshit. It does. Oh, excuse me. It does work. That's why Facebook deleted the good ones. I had a group over Facebook, had like 50,000 people, and within just a few days, Facebook gone. Ooh, we don't know what happened to it, but they do work, and that's how we got to communicate.
That's
and that's
true.
what Truth Social gives us. You don't have Zuckerberg over there. You don't have the FBI over there.
You can say pretty much what you want to say, how you want to say it.
Yeah, and you can coordinate events. So I'm actually probably within the next week or so going to be starting the Middle Tennessee MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
You could do like the Washington, Northern Washington, wherever you are. The Dallas MAGA, the East Tennessee MAGA, whatever. But get in there with people, and that's how you connect. That's how we get stronger locally. That's how we get stronger. We get a big voice and get off our asses. Get off our asses. Because we've been sitting on our asses way too long. It's like that movie. I just saw that movie, Sound of Freedom.
Yeah.
Oh, and the thing that gets me is people say, I don't really want to see that type of stuff. Yeah. Nobody wants to see that type of stuff. That's exactly why you need to get your ass in there and see it. It makes a difference. But that's why the problem's gotten so bad is because we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to see it. We don't talk about it. And look what's happened. It's become the number one industry for these cartels. And
people looking the other way constantly and allowing things to get bad. It's like weeds. They grow when you don't attend them, you don't pull them out. They grow like weeds.
It is disgraceful it's beyond disgraceful. Disgraceful, there's not enough, there's not an appropriate adjective. This is evil.
Pure evil.
You got beautiful children. But that movie, if you have, all right, Michael, we're going to set up you got to get over to Truth Social. Michael Mayhew, he's in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
Come over to Middle Tennessee. When we come over to Truth Social, we'll start a group. But that movie, you got to go see it. If you haven't seen it, you got to go see it.
I have the tickets for Saturday. We're going to go try to. I have the tickets already. I purchased them. And you can also, when you purchase a ticket, you can also buy an extra ticket to give to somebody that may not be able to afford to go.
Exactly. And the only other thing is that I would add is don't worry about going to see anything graphic. It's not graphic. Mm-hmm. It is. I was going just to support the cause and the movie, and I was blown away at the quality. It is so well done. And you saw, I think everybody saw where it kicked Indiana Jones in the box office of Doom's ass.
Geriatric Jones?
Yeah, an 80-year-old Indiana Jones. What the hell's wrong with those people?
Running out of ideas. That's what it is.
I want to see Indiana Jones up against Rocky. You know, let them go at it.
Well, you ought to see the one they're coming out with in 10 years with him in a wheelchair and an oxygen mask.
Oh.
Hey, what do you think of this cartoon? This is for Steve Bannon.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, Steve Bannon.
That's it. Oh, that's 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was getting hit pretty hard. Breitbart was getting hit really bad with the left-wing media and being because a lot of their clout was on Facebook and Twitter and then they got banned from all those places. But man, they're really doing well now. So anyway, let me go through another one of these cartoons. This is always a favorite of mine because I do believe that Biden is Obama's third term and is implementing everything that he wanted to do, but Trump interceded and blocked that out. So now he has a puppet, a meat puppet in the White House doing his bidding exactly. And that's why we're in the trouble we are because...
Oh, that's a good one. I never saw that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's back in 2021.
Yeah, after the big steal.
Yeah, the big
after
steal.
The real. And did you notice how they're using the same language from 1776 insurrection? You know, insurrection and they're using laws. What they're trying to go after Trump for a Civil War era crime. He had a bad musket.
Yeah, you know, they're going through all the legalities and all the legal intricacies with a fine-tooth comb, trying to find the least morsel they can get him on and then extrapolate it out into being some big federal crime. Kind of like what they're doing with the classified documents that he's entitled to have.
It's the Presidential Records Act. It's ridiculous, and that the media doesn't even mention facts, pertinent facts. It's mind blowing.
Well, he's entitled. He's entitled to all of those documents, and then they keep referring to a tape where he's showing somebody classified documents. But nowhere on the tape does it show that he was showing a classified document.
He said Trump was looking at newspaper clippings because you could hear the papers rustling. It's like, so you can tell by the sound that those are classified documents. We have our CNN expert on paper sounds.
CNN sound expert. Yep, those are said. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, somebody mentioned earlier about us. Kind of like suing everybody and all these lawsuits and just taking it into the people's courts. Yep. I want to be a judge. Yeah. I want to be a judge, and I'll play. I'm in.
Yeah, that's Oz Fresher. Yeah, Oz. Yeah, we did one just for you. John, who made the movie Truth? Is on Truth. Oh, who made the movie is on Truth. Well, before we go here, let me see. Let me pop through these real quick. I wanted to. This is my free speech with Mike Lindell. A shout out to Mike Lindell here.
Yeah, he's a patriot.
Absolutely.
I love that meme of Mike Lindell with the pillow and Joe Biden right beside him.
Yeah, for sure.
Funny.
Yeah. Now, what I wanted to do, if I can, is I pulled up our websites. I'll do mine first. Let me see. We'll go full here, and I just wanted to show people where they can go to check out my website, and then we'll go to Joe Dan's website.
And the Democrats already know where they can go.
Yeah, right, for sure. Yeah, banners. Yeah. So let me pull that up, present, share screen. I love this. See, we have no engine. We are the engineers here at Comically Incorrect.
The train's off the tracks at the moment.
We're the engineers.
Choo-choo.
So I'm pulling up my website here. This is the front page. You notice that we have our Joe Dan and I's programs here. If you click over here to cartoons, etc., or just cartoons, click on that, and then it'll show all the cartoons I've done, and you can go way back in the archives. I also got Joe Dan's video here somewhere. There it is.
Oh, there it
Magadonia.
Magadonia. Oh,
Magadonia. That's an awesome video. I hope everybody here has seen it. I've watched it about 7 or 8 times.
You know, that's the amazing thing to me is how people say, man, I'll have to watch it, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
But it's not what people imagine.
But normally I only watch it about 5 or 6 times. But I like this one so well, I watched it 7 or 8 times. So.
Well, I appreciate that. It does. And the most rewarding thing for me is seeing the comments. It's like, oh man.
Yeah.
To do something that people like that well.
Yeah.
I don't do anything else well.
If you want to search a cartoon, if you want to have a certain topic that you want to address and you're looking for a cartoon, just go over here to the search bar, type in whatever, Biden, Hunter, Trump, whatever, and not all of them, but a lot of the cartoons will pop up here. If you want to subscribe to the website and get my emails, which I don't put out that many emails, but you can go ahead and put your email in here and hit subscribe. Now I'm going to go over here to Intellectual Frog Legs. This is Joe Dan. This is Joe Dan's deal here.
Yeah, the only thing you need to do there, you see, there's my last episode. It's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
And if you subscribe, that's how you know when we're going to put out a show. And I don't spam you. And I mean, I send out maybe 3 or 4 emails a month because I don't like to be spammed, and I'm not going to treat you any way that I don't want to be treated. No.
Yeah, I might put out 1 or 2 emails a week, just because I have so many I have a daily cartoon, but I don't like to saturate people with emails. They get plenty of emails as it is.
The one thing I would point out, if you scroll down, I got some ads at the bottom. If you have a company that wants to run an ad, keep going.
Yeah.
There's Branco.
Hey, there I am.
But no, if you want to run an ad, you just contact us and we'll pop you in there.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll give you the ugly cousin discount if
But you got all your episodes here. Your last 3 episodes right up here, archived episodes, and they're all good.
Yeah,
they're all good.
Where does that go? I should come to this website more often. Where does that go?
Yeah, look at all those. They're all good.
And then there's some even older. My oldest ones are still over on YouTube.
Yeah. Before.
What the hell was that? Hold on. What was that? Oh, that's not my page. That's YouTube. I saw an ad down there. I'm like, what? The 4-week emergency food supply, which you need to have. Patriot Supply is good. I have some of that stuff. And
well, there's Gateway Pundit. I don't know why I have that up there. Oh, we were going to talk about the injunction or the what do you call the injunction that the judge put on Biden to stop him from.
And see, Marjorie Taylor Greene got kicked out of the Freedom Caucus.
Yeah, she did.
See, she's she got too close with Kevin.
Yeah.
And then this guy has turned out to be just nothing but a liar. Yeah. Has anything he promised come true? I say he said we're not going to let them have those IRS agents.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, we will.
Yeah. And then he's actually giving them things that the Democrats didn't even ask for.
Yeah.
He goes in there and just gives away the farm, and they were surprised as he was. So
the thing about it, There is no debt limit now for 2 years, and it was dependent on their appropriations.
Yeah.
You know, where the House would come in and you know where they appropriate funds for this and that. But that's a crap too. The Senate ain't going to agree with that.
Oh.
It is McCarthy and his ilk. They got to go.
Yeah,
they got to go. He's crap. And Jim Jordan, he's turned into Trey Gowdy. You know, Trey Gowdy. I remember saying, "All right, Trey Gowdy's going to get to the bottom of Benghazi." Okay, Trey Gowdy's going to get to the bottom of Benghazi. Okay, Trey Gowdy ain't doing nothing.
But why do they sound so good when they're
They're
in the news?
politicians and lawyers.
Yeah, they sound so good, like they're getting to the bottom of this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. Then you know, nothing happens.
Well, that's
irritating.
The role model of that is Ted Cruz, the Harvard debate champion. This guy can talk circles, but you know he has a podcast.
Yeah.
You know, and occasionally he finds time to be a part-time U.S. senator, I guess. But none of them do anything. Mitch McConnell has that Senate just locked down.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, J.D. Vance is one of the few who's kind of bucking the system. But none of our senators criticize Mitch McConnell.
Yeah. They're afraid of him. They're afraid they're not going to get any money for the next election. Here I got one from South Carolina girl. Joe Dan is preaching tonight. Love you, brother. Love you, brother, man. LOL.
Well, she's a sweetheart.
He's all right. Joe Dan's all right, I guess. Yeah, I couldn't find anybody tonight to fill in, so.
Well, I was just told I was sitting in until Regis Philbin got back.
That's going to be a long time. Yeah.
Is he dead?
Yeah, I think so.
No, what?
Yeah, he's dead.
Computer, is Regis Philbin dead?
Regis Philbin died on July 24th, 2020 in Greenwich.
You're going to have to read a paper, man.
Oh, we're going to have a moment of silence for Reg.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough. Oh, man, I liked Regis on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yeah.
Those were good.
Right.
So you're stupid.
I don't have tomorrow's cartoon. I don't have tomorrow's cartoon done, so I can't do the sneak peek thing like we usually do. But
okay, I want my money back. I want a refund.
Right.
Lindsey Graham.
I'll even double it.
See, a part of the psychological stuff is Trump letting Lindsey Graham's rhino ass come up there with him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and he even said, yeah, Lindsey's wrong on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't know why he has him up there, but you know, Trump does things. And he plays the cards he's given at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the guy, you know, despite, you know, they said, well, he has bad hires and all this stuff, he kept every promise. So that's why he earned my trust.
That's it. I'm going to be honest with you. When he first started running, the only reason I voted for him was because I knew no matter how bad Trump would be or could be, Hillary was a lot worse. And that's why I voted for Trump initially. I liked what he said, but I had no idea how good he would be. And then when after 4 years of Trump doing what he said he was going to do and turning things around and pissing off the deep state and pissing off Democrats and the media, he's my guy. And he's the only one that can come back and do this. No other politician could do it because he isn't a politician. He's a businessman and he's pissed off and he's going to be hunting heads.
Yeah,
that's my guy.
You know, Trump saved the Republican Party in 2016.
Yeah, amen.
The Republican Party was dead. There was no excitement. The last two candidates, Mitt Romney and John McCain. It's like, yeah, boy.
Yeah.
And so these people that are trying to give us another candidate, they need to understand most of us are not voting for Trump because we're Republican. We're voting Republican because of Trump.
Absolutely. That's a key thing because we don't need Democrat light in there. We don't need a bunch of people that talk a big game like a lot of these politicians up on the Hill, these Republicans up on the Hill talk a great game about what they're going to do. They get on Fox News, they get on Newsmax and say, we're going to do this. Like Lindsey Graham. He comes in and he gets this look on his face like, yeah, we're going to get him. We're going to blah, blah. And he does nothing. He just does nothing. A lot of them are like that. It is frustrating because they could do a lot more. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, Lindsey Graham. Yeah, he has a good time at Liza Minnelli garage sales, though. He really gets excited. Yeah.
Hang on, I got to put the cough.
Yeah, Lindsey Graham. I'm as excited as Lindsey Graham in a fabric store.
I wonder what his show tune collection looks like.
Oh, it's vast. There's one song. It's me and my cat. No, it's called "Songs About My Cat."
Oh yeah.
He loves to sing to his cat.
Well, you know what? It's getting down to the wire here. Any final words that you'd like to mention?
Me?
Yeah, you. Is there anybody else on the show?
Well, we got all our commenters, so I thought you were going to talk to one of them.
No, I was talking to Regis Philbin.
Regis, yeah. No, I mean, you need to go see that movie. You need to go see that movie, Sound of Freedom. It is really, like I said, I went to support it, and I was quite surprised at the just amazing quality of it. And I'm telling you, these two kids in this movie, I don't want to give it away, they deserve an award of some kind. They won't get it. But see, this movie, the only thing I want to add, and most everybody's probably heard this, aside from kicking Indiana Jones' ass, it scored, they brought in like $10 million in advance ticket sales, which is another record. I mean, this thing it's amazing. It's amazing. But Disney, this is the point I want to bring. Disney, this was a Disney movie. Disney's the one that held it up for 5 years. A lot of people don't realize this movie was made 5 years ago. And Hollywood kept it down. And you can see why. They don't want to expose the pedophile.
No, they're.
But this is such a great movie. I cannot encourage you to go see it anymore.
Nancy Massa. Yep, loving your stuff, Antonio. Thank you.
Mike Mayhew. Trump said he never wanted to be president. You know, he didn't even run till he was 69. It wasn't like it was a lifelong dream to be president. He ran because he had to.
Yeah.
He ran because he knew he had to do it. He had to do it.
Yeah.
And I think we're all glad he did.
We got South Carolina girl over here on Rumble. I met McCain. He was a pompous jackass. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, he was my senator when I was out in Arizona.
South Carolina girl. Oh, don't get me started on Lindsay. Oz. McCarthy is a dog.
Yeah.
Margaret Taylor Greene has fleas.
Yeah. Did you see there's a story? I'll tell you, Laura Loomer, people can say she's crazy or whatever. She is like a honey badger, busting stories wide open. But she pulled a story out from a couple of months back. I didn't even hear this. You know, there's talks about some shenanigans between Kevin and MTG. And it was in March, they had like this fundraiser. She bid $100,000 for McCarthy's used chapstick.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
I'm like, what the hell? And it's true. I mean, there was like I double checked to make sure there was more than one article on it, and I was making sure it wasn't from the Babylon Bee. And I what the hell? And you know, I do like the Babylon Bee. They're funny. even though they are DeSantis supporters. I'm not a DeSantis supporter. But you know what? We're going to have to be friends with the other DeSantis supporters. So I'm not going to attack them. You know, this is what the primary is about. You push your guy, we'll push ours. Then we all come together and kiss and hug and make up and kick the Democrats' ass.
Yeah.
Some of these DeSantis supporters are just nasty. And did you see this one thing? DeSantis just reported, and let me see, make sure I say this right. That DeSantis and his pack that never backed down, they said that they just announced they raised $150 million since Ron announced he was running for president. But a funny thing, 83 million of that money was from his gubernatorial campaign when Trump supporters and Trump voters were donating to him. But they're so dishonest. You know, he was running a ghost campaign to circumvent.
Oh yeah, he was promoting his book.
Yeah, his book. Yeah, he should have constant quotes around him. But and then hit his travel records. You know, the two most popular government officials that hide their travel records is number one, now Ron DeSantis and Pete Buttigieg, or whatever the hell his name is, a little gay caballero swinging in the swing with it.
Oh yeah. Did he actually have a picture of him breastfeeding his child?
Man, I tell you what, no, but there's some.
They had this apparatus that hung around him, and then he was. I don't know if that was him or if that was just some kind of meme.
Well, I'm going to say something because you brought that up. The CDC just announced, and this lady was on. This doctor was on Bannon this morning. The CDC's gone. This is just flat out evil. They are telling doctors that not only do they have to do this a sexual transition surgery or the mutilation, but they have to give men injections, or the males injections in their chest area so they can chest feed.
Oh, for God.
And I mean, it's sick as hell, man. They produce some kind of who knows what. It ain't milk.
No,
and if you're a sick son of a bitch who wants to pretend to be having a child suck on your nipple, you are a sick pervert, and you need to be in jail at best.
What was that Gaynor? She was talking about something like that it was child pedophilia because this woman, or she was a man, and now she's a woman, and she was breastfeeding or something. Do you remember anything like that? Anybody know anything about that? Riley Gaynor, she came out with something about that.
Now there's a Riley Gaines who was a swimmer.
Gaines, yeah, the swimmer.
Yeah, she's a swimmer. Yeah, she had to compete against these trannies.
Yeah.
Against these mental patients.
But she was talking, I think it was her that was talking about this one woman who should be, I mean, she had nipple rings on, and she was she wanted a child, or she has a child that she's going to be breastfeeding. But I think I'm getting in over my head on that one, but I should have kept the article. But
it's just the whole thing is sick. They are They want to destroy the family. They want to destroy God. And I'm going to tell you, my faith in God's never been stronger.
Oh.
And if you don't have a church, or if you don't have a pastor that makes you uncomfortable and makes you think about stuff, and you that's what you need. If you just go and it's the same thing, if you go to church Sunday and it's basically just like last Sunday and like the Sunday before and the Sunday before, you need to go to a church that's got some juice. Because I went for years. I went to all the different denominational churches, and I finally found one where it was a non-denominational church, and the pastor was fire reading from the Bible, and no external hierarchy affecting it. And then I see that, and then I see the Pope up there meeting with Bill Clinton and that Soros. It's like, how can a house of God, how can you call it a house of God when the leader is embracing and giving gifts to the biggest abortionists, the biggest abortion activists on the planet?
Yeah.
And then
secularists, what they are.
And then last year, Nancy Pelosi, her local bishop in San Francisco said, "You ain't getting communion." Oh, hell no. Because of her abortion stance. She goes over to the Vatican. They let her do it. They were even going to let her do a mass, but she did. But she did get communion. I mean, but how do you do that?
Yeah.
Now, if any of those three came to my church, my pastor would might pray for them. He might preach to them, but he ain't. No. He would not put up with that. No, you don't. I don't. That just makes me.
Well, they have no function in the church, I'm sure.
No, but the thing is, you need somebody. You need a pastor that's sincere. That's a shepherd, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting, you get somebody who can explain it to you.
Basically, what you need is not somebody that tells you what you want to hear, but somebody that's going to tell you like it is, the truth, the gospel.
And make you want to grow more. Grow more.
How can I lend myself to be what God wants me to be, not lend God to what I want him to be? And that is where the difference in a lot of these churches and a lot of the way that people gravitate to these days. There's a movie out or a book out called Woke Jesus. I heard that's pretty good.
I haven't seen that, but you gotta go where you can talk to God. That's what it's all about. It's not about you in a church. It's about you and God. And the toughest thing I think I ever did, and it took some effort, was putting 100% of my trust into an entity I couldn't see.
Yeah.
That goes against human nature. I'm like, but yeah, I'm telling you, you make that connection. It changes everything. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll quit preaching.
Amen. You start your own church, Joe Dan.
Yeah, we need a pass offering plate.
Intellectual Frog Legs Chapel.
Yeah, the Church of the Frog Leg.
Well, I think we pretty much covered it all.
Have we run everybody out yet?
Yeah, we wore everybody out. We still have a few people here, but thank you guys. Thank you for interacting with us, letting us read your comments. It's great having you here. Great allowing me to show you my cartoons. I'm sure some of you have missed some of the older ones, but look forward to this. I look forward to this every Thursday, and we'll see you next Thursday. Hey, you got any final words, Joe Dan? I think I asked you that a half hour ago.
Yeah. Don't ask me again.
Say goodbye, Jared. Go ahead, Joe Dan.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. God bless you. And keep up the fight. Keep up the faith. We got this.
Yeah, God bless. God bless. Bye. God bless America. I got my shirt
you
on.
were throwing that kiss to me.
Huh? No. If I was going to do that, if I was going to do that, I would go.
Oh, hold on.
Fight it out. All right. Take care, you guys. Take care.
See you.